morning. It's Tuesday, January 30th, almost 9 o'clock, and I'm just going through the pre-market scanner this morning, and it looks like we're probably going to get a pullback today. NVIDIA broke to the highs yesterday, and now it's coming right back into that base. So I had this really nice 15-minute chart where I tested this candle here. So this candle is key. This is going back to when they had the news on last week of partnering with a company to build supercomputers. And it ran up from there, and then it came back in and tested this volume here. So this volume here, right now, if that's still holding, you want to be careful on the short side. However, if you were to take a starter position, so right now I have a starter position here on NVD as a long, which is an inverse of NVIDIA. But you could try a starter position, and you want to see it break this level here for the move up, and then ideally you'd want a big down day today, and you want it to close below here. Now you do have AMD reporting earnings after hours today, so you need to be careful of that, and also MSFT. So we could just get a pullback today, and then after hours those could end up running. So you have to be careful. Nail, I'm looking at a short here. So you ran up, and you kind of had like this little bear flag. And let's see if we attach an anchor VWAP. Yep. So I want to take it short, and then I want to see it take out this low. RYTM, that to me is looking like a nice little bull flag. It popped up here. That's your buy signal. Now, if I want it's a signal, so I want to see it get above it. It's a nice little cup and handle right here on a daily chart. You're above the anchor VWAPs. I don't know much of them. I mean, they got some revenue here. The float is small. It's a little over $2 billion company, $2.5 billion. So I'm looking for it to take out this high and run higher. And ALAR is another one that I'm looking on the long side to take out these highs. And I've got my stop and my profit. Everything's already set. So that trade, I don't have to think about the trade. And that's what works best for me is having, when I place the buy order, I have a stop and a profit attached, and I can move, trail the stop, and also if it's moving fast, maybe move the profit, scale out. But having those in place, that way you don't get into a situation where you end up putting on something and then you freeze and you get in that frozen rabbit syndrome. And to me, I know that can happen to me. I'm not like some other people that, I mean. It can happen to me. If it just happens one time, that's enough to blow up your account, right? So yes, 99 times out of 100, if I didn't have a stop loss in place and I see something going against me, I'll close it out. But that one time where you go until or you freeze is all it takes to blow out your account. So I'm pretty adamant about trading with attaching the stops. Maybe I don't attach a profit target, but I always attach a stop. Otherwise, yeah. So GM, there's must be some news there. AGFY, that looks like a pumper. I'm sure you could probably, if I were going to trade these short, which is not something I really have ever, here and there I might have, but it's hard to get the bar. This is 74 cents. I wouldn't touch that. But just looking at the monthly chart on it, that would be a one that maybe you would want to short. And then I did some fine tuning with this scan here, this layout. So it has a lot of the same scans with the micro. So this is basically what this is doing is all the microcaps that are running for the day, and then this has an additional filter for ones that are above VWAP. Over here, I've got the EP scan, the Bull A, which is a breakout above ADR. These are fast-moving stocks with some dollar volume attached. And then I've got down here, I have stocks breaking out to new highs, new 20-bar highs, that also have price growth rank over the past 250, basically the past year. And they're also like approaching highs. Right? So that's one. And then this one here is similar, except that these stocks are in a squeeze, basically also known as a box or base. And they also have these blue, cyan dots down here. Means a new 10-bar high. So it's in a squeeze and hitting a new 10-bar high. Well, now this one's hitting a 20 bar high too. So that one, I mean, just looking at this chart, it's a little bit choppy. The candles, there's a lot of wicks. I don't know. Probably not for me. Geld I thought about this one, but I'm looking at nail, and just as a group, this could very well run and break out to the highs. Let's look at the volume. You'd want to see it get above here. Let's put a line. So yeah, can it break above that? Because that's a key candle right there. And let's look at the weekly. There's been no volume here. It's dried up, and you're at a 200 week. Yes, that's why I'm passing on it. That one just doesn't look good. And then this is the same thing, but looking at the weekly. So the weekly squeeze with a 10 bar high. So for these, you probably want to know a little bit more about the fundamentals and the story. But this is, if you look at SMCI, this was in a squeeze and it had a 10 bar high right here. So that was probably a good spot to at least start putting this on your watch list. Same thing with NVIDIA. That had it here on a weekly scan. AMD was hitting weekly scan or squeeze and 10 bar highs. So that's something that I like to look at. It's kind of like an anticipation scan. And then this is bull combo, but adding price growth requirements onto it. So stocks that rank they're in the top 87% over the past year. So that is the scan that I like to look at during the day. I will also look at the entire bull combo scan as well, but just off the open, I like to have this set up so it's very easy to see. Like, okay, obviously SMCI is a stock in play right now today. It's already kind of fading, but could this dip and rip? So I'm looking at that. And NVIDIA. See, that's what I'm saying. You just have to be careful with this thing, taking it short. So that's pretty much all I'm seeing this morning. Not a whole lot to do today, other than I'm trying some of these things out. Starter positions mostly, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it.